What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the JuiceBox presented by Lock City. It's Claw here today, and I hope you guys are all having a great start to your weekend. Today we'll have episode number 130 of the JuiceBox with an outlook into the Friday MLB slate. But before we get into it, just a reminder that you can join our premium tier Discord at wap.com/lockcity. For only $5 per month, this gets you access to every cheat sheet every day across all active major sports, access to premium picks from all 9 of our pro cappers, and tons of sports-specific and stat-specific data points on a daily basis to help you become a better sports bettor. That's wap.com/lockcity. Get instant access for only 16 cents a day. All right, to recap, yesterday's JuiceBox Lock of the day, Red Sox on the money line. They came through for us, so shout out the Red Sox. And let's dig into the slate today and find another winner for you guys. First game of the day, we have game 1 of a doubleheader. We have got the Guardians at the White Sox. Logan Allen versus Shane Smith. The White Sox have been striking out a ton versus lefties, so I think my favorite bet in this one would be Logan Allen over 4.5 strikeouts. Looking at recent lefties here versus the White Sox, Eric Lauer got 7, Robbie Ray 6, Erod 10, Framber 12, Patrick Corbin 6, Matthew Boyd 8, Abbott 7, Bubic 7. You get the picture. I like the spot here for Logan Allen. Moving on, we have the Cubs at the Yankees. Chris Flexen versus Carlos Rodon. I like the Yankees to stay hot here. The Cubs haven't really done anything versus lefties lately. Liebertor pitched good versus them. Framber shut them out. Brandon Walter pitched good. The only lefty they've gotten to recently is Andrew Heaney. So I think Rodon is in a good spot for tonight. I like the Yankees on the money line. Also wouldn't mind playing them -1.5 as well. Next up, we have the Marlins at the Orioles. Edward Cabrera versus Dean Kremer. Cabrera, he comes into this one (3-3) with a 3.33 ERA. And he's coming in top form. His last 2 starts, he's gone 7 innings in both. 2 earned run versus the Brewers. Shut out the Twins. But he's gone 2 earned runs or fewer in 8 straight starts now. I think he's going to pitch well here versus the Orioles. On the other hand, we got Dean Kremer. He's been really good at home as well. With a 2.37 ERA at home. The Marlins on the road have been really pesky. I like the Marlins here in this one at +105. I also don't mind Edward Cabrera over strikeouts at 5.5 -110. Next up, we have the Rockies at the Reds. German Marquez versus Chase Burns. And this is where we are going to find our JuiceBox Lock of the day. So we'll skip that one for now, and we'll keep moving on to the Mariners at the Tigers. Luis Castillo versus Tarek Skubal. Mariners just lost a heartbreaker yesterday. Brian Wood took like a no-hitter into the 8th inning, and they're up 5-0, and then ended up losing the game. I like the Tigers, and I like Skubal over 7.5 Ks here. Next up, we have the Rays at the Red Sox. Drew Rasmussen versus Hunter Dobbins. I just want to go right back to the Red Sox again. They cashed for us yesterday. Rasmussen's only going to be an opener, I believe, moving forward. So he's only going to go 2 or 3 innings here, and then they're going to piggyback Joe Boyle off of him. But the Red Sox have won 7 in a row. I don't really want to get in front of that streak here, and I don't really mind backing Hunter Dobbins. He is coming off the IL, but when he was healthy earlier in the year, he was really good at home. Last few home starts, he went 6 shutout versus the Yankees, 5 innings, 1 earned versus the Angels. He only let up 1 earned run versus the Mets, so I think he can pitch well versus a Rays team that really isn't swinging hot bats as of late. They scored 3 or fewer runs in 3 of their last 4 games. I like the Red Sox on the money line here at -105. Next up, we have Game 2 of the Guardians and White Sox doubleheader. Gavin Williams versus Jonathan Cannon. Nothing in this one until we see the results of Game 1. So let's just keep moving along here. We have the Mets at the Royals. Kodai Senga versus Michael Wacha. The Mets are coming in off of a doubleheader sweep yesterday. They lost both games to the Orioles. Michael Wacha has been really solid at home at 2.81 ERA. I think this is a good spot here for the Royals. I think that it's a tough spot for the Mets coming in off of the doubleheader yesterday, and Kodai Senga, he's coming in his first start off of the IL. He's probably going to be on a pitch limit here, I'd imagine. I like the Royals in this one. I also like the under 9.5. As we know, the Royals can't score, especially at home, but so yeah, I like the Royals and the under here. Next up, we have the Pirates at the Twins. Paul Skeens versus Joe Ryan. Fair bet in this one's going to be Paul Skeens over 6.5 strikeouts. You can get that at -130. They've been kind of holding Skeens' pitch count back a bit here, so I kind of like the Pirates on the first 5, and then I wouldn't mind backing the Twins full game at -120. But I mean, we all know the Pirates hate scoring when Skeens pitches, so and he's only gone 5 innings and 4 innings the last few starts. They've been pulling him at 78 pitches too. I think he's only going to go 5. I like the Pirates first 5, Twins full game. Next up, we have the Astros at the Rangers. Jack Leiter versus Lance McCullers Jr. The Rangers come into this one swinging really hot bats. They've scored 11, 8, and 13 in their last 3 games. I think they can find some success here versus McCullers. He's got an 11.37 ERA at home this year. He gave up 8 earned runs versus the White Sox, or 4 versus the White Sox, 8 versus the Cubs. He gave up 3 versus the A's, 7 versus the Reds. I think the Texas bats can stay hot here. On the other hand, Jack Leiter, 4.58 ERA on the road. I think he can pitch decently here. I don't really expect much from him. Righties have been hitting him pretty hard, 279 average. The Astros are probably going to send nine righties out tomorrow. I think my favorite bet would probably just be the over 8.5. Next up, we have got the Brewers and the Nationals. Mitchell Parker versus Quinn Priester. The Brewers have really been crushing lefties lately. So I like this spot here for the Brewers. I think it's going to be a tough day for Mitchell Parker, but I know Kershaw pitched well, but Andrew Heaney gave up 7, Kyle Freeland gave up 6, Abbott gave up 5, Luzardo gave up 12. All lefties versus the Brewers here. I just don't have any faith in Mitchell Parker. He's struggled on the road this year with a 5.66 ERA. I think the Brewers jump all over him today. I like the Brewers on the run line here. -1.5 at +115. Next up, we got the Braves at the Cardinals. Grant Holmes versus Matthew Liberatore. I love the Cardinals in this spot here at -115. Just talked about this yesterday. The Braves versus lefties, they've just been atrocious. Matthew Liberatore throws with his left hand, so I think he's going to be in line for a good start here. Recent lefties versus the Braves. J.P. Sears pitched really well. He got 6 strikeouts. He let up 3 earned runs, but Jeffrey Springs only let up 1. Tyler Rogers shut him out. Tyler Anderson shut them out. Ranger Suarez 1 earned run. They just haven't done anything versus lefties in weeks, months at this point. So I love the Cardinals spot here. I think Liberatore is in for a great game. On the other hand, Grant Holmes struggles away from home. 4.46 ERA on the road. Last few road starts, he has pitched well in his last couple road starts. But even so, it's a tough spot. Braves are traveling off an 11-inning game yesterday. They used a lot of their high leverage arms. They're just a team that's kind of spiraling right now. I like the Cardinals here at -115. Next up, we've got the Diamondbacks at the Angels. Ryan Nelson versus Tyler Anderson. Ryan Nelson he's been pretty good lately. Very good, actually. His last 5 starts, he's let up 2 earned runs or fewer in all of them. On the other end, we have Tyler Anderson on the bump. He's been really good at home this year, 2.66 ERA. But looking at his splits, he really struggles versus lefties. 3.15 average versus lefties this year. I think that the Diamondbacks are going to be able to stack lefties against him. They got a lot of good ones, as you know. Corbin Carroll, Ketel Marte, Josh Naylor, etc. Perdomo. You can throw him in there. I like the spot here for the Diamondbacks. I think they're in a good spot. I like them on the money line at -120. Next up, we have the Phillies at the Padres. Ranger Suarez versus Ryan Bergert. Ranger, he's been really good this year. 7-2, 1.99 ERA. Splits are even better on the road as well. The 1.06 ERA. He should be in line here for a good start versus the Padres. On the other hand, Bergert, not sure how long he's going to go. Probably 5 innings max. And he's been all right. He's got a 2.67 ERA. And the Phillies offense has really struggled away from home this year. I think this is a good spot for an under. I like the under 8.5 here. Padres bats haven't really shown much life recently either. They've scored 4, 2, 0, 3, and 4. So nothing really jumping off the plate here. The Ranger should have a great game. I think Burgert can limit the damage as well. I like the under. I'd lean Phillies, but I think that plus 135 on the Padres is kind of staring at me. Minus 160 is a lot of juice on the road for two teams that are pretty evenly matched. Next up, we've got the Blue Jays at the Athletics. Max Scherzer versus Luis Severino. Just give me the Blue Jays minus 1.5 here. Severino, he has been horrible at home this year. 7.04 ERA. Last few home starts, 5 earned runs versus the Giants. 2 earned versus the Astros, 5 versus the Orioles, 8 versus the Twins, 8 versus the Yankees, 4 versus the Mariners. He's been absolutely horrible at home. I don't really see that changing. On the other hand, Scherzer, he's coming to this one. He's looked decent in his last couple starts. 2 earned versus the Angels, 2 earned versus the Yankees. I think that he can limit the damage here versus A's lineup. And the Blue Jays, they've won like 9 of the last 10 as well. So I like backing them. I think they're hot. I think they'll stay hot. The Athletics also coming off an extra inning game. Probably not going to have all their best arms available in the bullpen. So I like the Blue Jays minus 1.5 here at minus 110. Last game of the night, we have got the Dodgers at the Giants. Dustin May versus Logan Webb. The Dodgers come into this one. They've lost 6 in a row. They get to face Logan Webb now at home. He's really good at home, 1.52 ERA at home. He faced the Dodgers earlier this year at Dodger Stadium. Went 7 innings, 2 earned runs. Dustin May, on the other end, don't really like Dustin May. 6.27 ERA on the road. Last few road starts, he got hit hard by the Royals. 4 earned runs, that's not a good start. 5 earned runs at the Padres, 3 earned at Cleveland, 4 earned at Atlanta, 7 earned at the Cubs. It would really be hard for me to do anything but back Logan Webb here. I'd play Logan Webb over strikeouts as well. What is it? I play him, over 5.5 strikeouts at minus 120. I like that for Webb. And I would lean the Giants on the money line at minus 132. But seeing the Dodgers at plus money, you don't see that often. I wouldn't be shocked if they have some late game magic and somehow win. But moving on to the JuiceBox Lock of the day, we're going to go to the Rockies and the Reds game. And we're going to take Chase Burns over 6.5 strikeouts. You can get that at plus 100 right now on DraftKings. I love this spot here for Burns. The Rockies have the second highest K rate in the league versus right-handed pitching. Burns, he has been electric this year. His making his fourth start now here, and there's about 100 miles an hour as well. He got 7 at the Phillies. That's a tough spot versus a good lineup. He got 8 versus the Yankees. He did have that game where he got blown up by the Red Sox where they said he was tipping his pitches, but looks like he got over that because he bounced back with a really good start at the Phillies. I think this is a good spot for him to strike a ton of guys out as well. Looking recently what the Rockies have done versus righties. Brian Bayo's not even a strikeout guy. He got 10. Hunter Brown, 8. Chad Patrick, 8. Quinn Priester, 11. Brandon Pfaadt, Merrill Kelly each had 7. Soroka had 9. Grant Holmes, 15. Strider, 13. There's a few misses in here as well, and they all ended up on 6 here, but guys that don't really strike out. Like Richard Fitz got 6. Adrian Hauser got 6. Trevor Williams got 6. Yeah. I love this spot here for Chase Burns to get 7 strikeouts. So let's lock that in. Chase Burns over 6.5 strikeouts, plus 100 right now on DraftKings. Let's lock that in. Let's cash. And we'll see y'all again here tomorrow. Peace.